Now, if you watched our previous videos, you'll know that this video is all about knits. So get cozy, grab you a coffee or a tea, and we're going to show you the knits that we found and how we styled them. Stay tuned. Welcome back to our channel, the Thrifting Twins, where we take you along our journey as we curate a more vintage style through thrifting. If you've ever been thrifting, it's very exciting because you never know what you're going to find. And when you go with the plan, it's really, really easier than just going just to see what you find. But sometimes that's also a good decision too, to just see what you can come up with in the thrift store, or see where your mind takes you, or we'll see where your style takes you. This time we had a plan and we were going looking for knits. If you watched our last video, you know we did our thrifting based on looking for only vintage jewelry and accessories and things that we can incorporate into our closet that will give our existing clothes an even more vintage feel. This time we went with looking for knit items, tops, skirts, anything that we can find winterized knits, because it's very on trend this season. You'll see it on a lot of runway shows, knit head to toe. So we tried to find a lot of knits to put together to give us a vintage vibe, but also make us look very stylish, and also will go well with the clothes that we already have in our closet. We love knits. It's cold weather, it's fall, turning into winter, and so let's talk about how we style these things up. First off, let's talk about our thrifting experience. Just basically talk about our thrifting experience on knits. Do you think that it was hard or fairly easy to find knits in the thrifting store? I think that it was fairly easy to find knits. I think that a lot of the knits were knits that had a more of a modern feel. So we were really looking for those items that had a vintage feel, that were vintage based on the tag, and could work well in our closet. So finding knits that were not modern looking was difficult, but you find it in there. It's totally possible. Yes, actually both the sweaters that we have on are thrifted. I think I got this from the men's section, but we love the box sort of pattern on here. It gives it that vintage feel, and just pairing it with a scarf like I did here with similar colors are easy ways to sort of style up things and make them look more vintage. And I guess I'll go first with the first look I found, a really bright, colorful sweater. We found it standing in the line actually, and when we seen it, we didn't try it on, we just had to get it. It was just so 80s. It's this green and purple plaid sweater. It has like a collar, and you'll see in the video how I styled it with all white. Because let me say, to be honest, it was difficult styling this sweater because everything looked so dated, and I definitely didn't want to look dated. So I had to come up with a way to make the sweater, because we were talking about sweaters here, make the knit seem just more modern and really stand out, be the highlight of the outfit. So I just went with all white. I already loved how this white H&M top fit. I like the way it looked. I like that it came long and it had buttons all the way down. And the white jeans we thrifted as well. It has, you can't tell, but it has some embroidery on it. So cute, fits so well. And just to go with all white to make the sweater just have its moment and stand out. And the sweater, I think it looks so amazing with this all white outfit on. I just paired it with some sort of thick sole loafers, patent leather loafers that I got from H&M. And I just thought it was so dope with the Louis Vuitton, the black and the gold, to just bring in some toughness to the outfit. And I think it's just so cute that you can really actually tuck the sweater's collar in all the way around, and it gives you a whole different look. So shout out to the 80s and maybe the 90s. This looks more 80s, but just to have that sort of idea, that versatility to sort of have the collar out for business, but then afterward sort of tuck the collar in and give you a more laid back, relaxed look. So it's sort of like two sweaters in one. I love this look, and it was less than $10, or maybe it was like $8. Great find. We got that from Texas Thrift. Okay, next I'm actually thrifting this knit skirt that we found. It's about midi length. It's so gorgeous. The texture is really nice. It's so soft, and it was very cheap, like $5 to $6. And I paired it with a sweatshirt that I already had in my closet, and I really like how that mustard yellow plays off of that very neutral knit. And then I paired on top this gorgeous poncho we found also at a thrift store. I think it was at Family Thrift.
That was our Family
We got it a while ago, even before we started really getting to thrifting. And it looks so good with this look. I love the way I wore it with the different colors, the black and white in the poncho, the mustard yellow, and then the neutral bottom paired with.
I think you had a red hat too. Did you want a red hat?
Oh yes. I also paired it with this red knitted hat that it's like a knitted crocheted hat that we also thrifted, and it's beautiful. It holds structure very well, and I kind of just like sat it on the top of my curls, and it looked amazing. It added that pop of color with that mustard and that black and white. It was all different things thrown together. You know how some random things look like they wouldn't go together, but looked amazing together, and that's really what our style is about. When we talk about looking for a vintage style, we want those pieces that look special, like, oh, I wouldn't think to put those things on together. Basically, that's what we try to do. And this skirt is gorgeous. I love the length. I love the texture. I love the colors.
Yes. This look was a more muted tone look. After all the colors, we wanted to find knits that were more neutral and natural. And this one was perfect. It had these high shoulders, and the way I just draped it over this outfit gave it almost like this business powerful look with these faded black Zara jeans, high-waisted. I tucked in a sweater I've had for years. I think it's from H&M, but I like the stripe on the neckline and also on the sleeves. And it added to this sweater, which is sort of like a plaid, if we show it up close. It's sort of like a black and cream or beige plaid, but it's very muted, it's very understated, but the shoulders just make it stand out. With the jeans and also the shoes. The shoes are thrifted. We got that from Goodwill, and that was like, they were like really, really cheap. And they got this pointed toe and a stiletto short heel. Just the outfit altogether, I love this. I mean, you wouldn't even know I thrifted this outfit if you didn't tell, but I threw on the earrings to sort of give it this vintage thrifted feel mixed with the gold and the silver medals. I just thought this outfit was so bomb, y'all. And that's about it. The sweater cardigan is the thrifted item, and also the shoes.
Okay, next up was this great grandpa sweater that we found. It's just screaming Rudy Huxtable vibes down. Yes. And it's so vintage, but it's still in such good condition. You know how sometimes the sweater looks bad because it's just the wear and tear sweaters will sometimes give you that worn look. This sweater was in great condition, but it's very old and very vintage. The colors on it are amazing. That brown mixed with a little bit of purples. I think it has some greens in there. Very cute. And I just paired it with, I'll try to go for all knit top to bottom. So I already had this knit button-up dress, and it has a high collar that button all the way to the top from H&M. I paired it with also this knit, kind of like a sweetheart neckline, crop top. It's also a knit, it's a sweetheart neckline, and it's a crop top. So I paired that on top of my dress, and then I put the sweater on top, and I love this look. I also paired it with a little sock and my Bottega Veneta dupes, and amazing. The boots are actually from Zara, and they give you that boot look that's very popular right now. So this is a good mix of a modern look with the vintage look, because that's what it's hands down vintage. It's gorgeous vintage, and it just made it made the outfit more interesting. It made the outfit look like, okay, where should I get that sweater from? I haven't seen anything like that.
And you won't.
Exactly.
Not in the stores, in the thrift stores.
Right, and that thrifted item was less than $10. It's a great look. I really liked it, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, but you know, when you get new things, you just play around in your closet and play dress up, and you just never know what you will come up with. And I really like this outfit that I came up with.
Yeah, that was really cute. So I guess that's it. We both had 2 looks that we did in style for you guys with some vintage knits from the thrift store, and I think we did an excellent job. But y'all let us know how we did. Y'all let us know how y'all journey is going as far as introducing these vintage things into your closet, because it ain't easy styling. You get used to it after a while, but like we said in the last video, you want to ease into it. Pair it with things you know look great, like how I paired it with the jeans from Zara. I know already looked amazing on me, but just to throw that extra style, and then the vintage earrings just set it off and gives me that vintage style with the shoes that we thrifted. And so I feel like overall, if you do find a knit in the thrift store and it's still holding up, that's a good find, because most of the times knits wear out the fastest. They're hard to wash. They're hard to keep from getting absolutely destroyed just from normal wear and tear. So easy to beat up knits. and crocheted things and sweaters. So just the fact that it made it through all of that stuff and still looks good in the thrift store, pick it up because that thing is going to last you a long time.
Right.
Have anything extra you want to add about just thrifting knits in general?
I think if any tips I would tell you besides the one about look for great quality, think about layering pieces. When you look at these knits, think about things that you would layer with it that you wouldn't normally layer your clothes with. So when we think about sweater, it's the weather is getting cooler, so it's okay to throw on that knit on top of that button up top to give you a gorgeous neckline. When you go thrifting and you're looking for knits, look at the neckline. Is it going to be flattering on you? Look at the color. Is the color trending? Because the colors trending can make the outfit look more modern if that's what you're looking for, and it'll make it look like maybe you just got this knit in the stores today.
That's a good point.
Check out the runways. Check out the runways for inspiration because it'll tell you, especially because there's a lot of knit on the runway this season. Pin some runway looks that you think you can thrift, and a lot of the stuff on the runways right now look thrifted.
That's a good point you brought up. We pinned a lot of these things on Pinterest. So I just put in thrifted or vintage knit. So I knew exactly when I went to the thrift store exactly what I was looking for. Made sure it wasn't too much wear and tear on it. And keep in mind they have tools that you can use to sort of get the sort of ballies off the sweater. So if you love the style and you love the color, but maybe it has those things on it, you can always work with it. And again, you can always crop a sweater, an oversized sweater.
Or layer. If you like the neckline on something, maybe you can't wear it just by itself, but it will layer nice under a blazer or a jacket. This.
And don't be afraid to go into the menswear. Yes, they have a lot of sweater vests. Sweater vests are in. Pivot with a scarf, like I said, with similar colors, with a nice pant.
It makes it very feminine.
Yes, yes. Like even this style, it has a neckline, but it doesn't have the buttons. But it also has a collar, so it's easy to layer, and it also gives you a look if you want to add a necklace. So I think that knits are great finds in the thrift. So thrifting for cold weather things are easy, especially in Texas, because a lot of people get rid of those things. They don't want to wear it. They'll wear shorts and tank tops all year round, just throwing a jacket. So the knitwear was a pretty good find for us, and I look forward to shopping and thrifting more knitwear. I want some long cardigans. Maybe some crop cardigans,
some dresses,
some pullover, more vests, especially some knit dresses.
Yeah, we're on a hunt for those knit dresses.
Yes. So thanks you guys again for joining us in this journey to a more sustainable and more vintage style aesthetic. And I hope you guys are doing what you love to do, like going thrifting and finding the pieces that you love, because we surely definitely are.
Right. All right, bye thrifters.
Bye,
Happy thrifting.